Video to give you a little look round my workshop. It is in fact the garage in which I've installed the machines. I'll take you around them one by one just to show you what I have available to me. First of all, a bandsaw. It's a Warco CY90, limited capacity, but it does just what I want and saves me lots and lots of elbow grease. I apologise if the camera's a bit shaky, I don't have a stand. Next up is the Warco VMC turret mill. It's fitted, as you can see, with an Arc Euro Trade versatile vise, and that is exactly what it is, versatile. Very good indeed. I have converted it to a three-phase motor, 1.5 horsepower, and a VFD. It's a Huang Yang VFD. That also works particularly well. As you can see, it's fitted also with 3-axis DRO. If I pan slowly down so as not to make you all sick, there's the pendant control fitted low down and conveniently placed to control speed, forward, reverse, jog, and of course an emergency button. When I bought the mill, I also specified the X-axis power drive, which I find very useful, not only for arm twiddling but also for producing a much better finish than I can by hand. Not long ago I purchased this pantograph engraver. It's a David Dowling version. It came with a fairly comprehensive set of letters, and I've used it on a couple of occasions. I conveniently mounted it onto a Black & Decker workmate, but I've really yet to use it in anger. And I still haven't got the hang of engraving around a curve. That's something I'm going to have to practice. I have a 6-ton bench press, which again I purchased fairly recently, specifically for assembling the gearbox parts. Not a lot more you can say about that. It's a pretty standard device, although I have modified it. The ram was a very loose fit in the cross piece, and if I zoom in by walking closer, you can see I've fitted a couple of collars which closely fit the ram, and it now slides up and down vertically with greater restraint laterally. I've had a hankering for a surface grinder for some while, and I recently had the opportunity to spend a bit of money and bought this one again from Warco. I'm very pleased with the kit I've had from them and the backup as I've received as well. It's called a simple surface grinder, and it does just what it says on the tin. Comes complete with a mag chuck. And I've used it, if I say so myself, fairly successfully with the production of a lot of the parts for the gearbox, which necessarily entail fairly close tolerances on the machining and finishing. And finally, but not least, my lathe. I purchased this when we lived in France, some 15 years ago perhaps. It's a pretty standard Asian made 9x20 bench lathe, 6 speeds via a geared head, screw cutting, can cut metric and imperial pitches. and runs in both forward and reverse. All in all, it's a pretty useful bit of kit and turns out accurate, as far as I can tell with my measuring equipment, accurate pieces of work. My workbench is not very sturdy cheapo from eBay. It serves its purpose, it stops things falling onto the floor, and I generally use it for my working current project. As you can see at the moment, it's laid out with the internal parts of the 5-speed and reverse gearbox, which I'm making for display purposes. I hope to bring another video later on which will feature that when it's finished. Naturally, I've got accessories for use with the machine tools, varying from a coaxial centering gauge, dovetail cutters, 1, 2, 3 blocks, set of parallels, shelf below I got ER32 and ER25 collet sets, full ER25 set, and even numbered ER32 collets. The mill has an R8 spindle, and I quite often have to resort to using spindle collets because of the reduction in the headroom caused by the use of the collets, the ER collets, that is. Shelf below has all my metrication kit, various verniers, calipers, micrometers inside and out, bore gauges, usual sort of paraphernalia which we collect from time to time and use even less often. Cupboard below houses clamps for the mill, selection of drills, T-squares, that sort of thing. And the long light coloured box contains a boring and facing tool which I made, further clamps, taps. Another box, not this time containing whiskey, but the standard 50mm boring head. I hope to bring other videos, much shorter than this, in which I will show the various workshop tools that I've made from time to time over the last few years, and hope you enjoy those. For now, if you have been, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you soon.